as well about the biggest fear of all when it comes to AI. That you heard this quote that I just read from Bill Gates, where he says that the computation ability is doubling every, I think he said 3.5 months. It sounds cool, but somewhat scary to think that computers are advancing so much and what that might mean at some point. Will they be able to independently think the way almost we do now?
The issue here is the old problem of garbage in and garbage out, right? If the underlying data on which the algorithm is functioning is not good, is not unbiased, is not balanced, is not accurate, then there is no way, it doesn't matter how much computing power there is put into the system, there is no way that they will correct for that, right? If it's not known. And the issue in part is that, you know, the Gates Foundation is collecting information, right? They basically want to control the information narrative, right? Data is power. They want to control the narrative. So what they're doing is they're constructing sources of information. So we reported on how they'd set up a nonprofit to look at agricultural solutions. And the point of this nonprofit was basically they were biasing the questions. They're adding information to the scientific literature. And that information is then going to be fed into their algorithm. And of course, it's going to give the answer that the Gates Foundation wants, right? But the problem with this answer is that it ignores family farms, it ignores organic agriculture, it ignores the rural economy, because it's not designed to answer those questions, right? What it will ultimately do is lock in industrialized agriculture and agribusiness, which the Gates Foundation is investing in already, right? So basically, they're creating a closed loop. And they plan to benefit from that. They are the big investors in the companies providing the solutions.
That's fascinating the way you've described it. The problem is not so much AI itself, it's the bias of the people who are actually creating AI and what they're going to be able to get out of it and what they essentially care about, which is perfectly normal for a person to want, but nobody seems to be checking them on it. Good point. Well stated. I get it, and I'm glad you explained that to our audience. We thank you for being on, Professor. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, tonight,